Traveler, here you are. This is the cemetery of no return. Looks like you already know a lot. Yes, our kinsfolk, including myself, are all here gazing across the river. It is where the resting place is, the end of the cycle, and the beginning of everything. But now, they can only gaze from here, wandering in endless pain. I must lead them back. But I feel it. There is still another soul struggling in torment at the edge of death, drowning in sorrow and relentlessness, with his name forgotten and unable to break free. Find that soul for me, traveler. Find his name, for him, free him from his obsession, and call him back to us. Oira de Tavaril. Remember, it will bring peace to the suffering soul.
You fail to understand that, but it has been imprinted on your mind. Oira de Tavaril.
Never escape.
Don't worry me. I'm just an old fella.
You can never escape.
Don't worry me.
You can never escape.
Just an old... From the freezing winter!
You can never escape.
Don't worry me. I'm just an old fella.
You can never escape.
Don't worry me. From the freezing winter!
An aged wood.
Ooh. The sand. It runs out. I'm ready. For the ritual. No, not again. The ritual. I'm ready. I really regret that no, not again. I'm who am. I'm ready. Not...
The Elder keeps repeating delirious.
Find that soul for me. Help him retrieve his...
You recall what Lauren Thiel said. Search this cemetery to find the Elder's identity.
You can never escape.
I'm just an old fella.
You can...
Who dares underestimate me? I'm just...
You can never escape. You can never escape.
Don't bully me. I'm just an old fella.
The tombstone of a wood elf with a shiny box on it. Some inscriptions are engraved on the tombstone. Here rests Lauren Thiel. May the blue oak be evergreen and shelter our souls. I will hold you tightly with these arms again until we reach the grand cycle.
You can never escape.
I'm just an old fella.
You can never escape.
Don't bully me.
You can never escape.
I'm just an old... From the freezing winter!
You can never escape.
Who dares underestimate me?
You can never escape.
I'm just an old fella.
You can never escape.
Don't bully me.
You can never
I'm
escape.
just... Boom! Thunder strike! From the freezing winter! Who dares underestimate me?
You can never
Don't
escape.
bully me. I'm just an old fella.
You can never escape.
The tombstone of a wood elf with a shiny box on it. Some inscriptions are engraved on the tombstone. Here rests the sinner of the wood elves. Here rests someone who dedicated his life to the wood elves. There is a letter by the tombstone. Old friend Ivelios, I have chosen a place next to you, and I guess I will join you soon. When the sand runs out, come see me and tell me why. During the ritual, why did you? A dear friend who hates you, Vikak. The tombstone of a wood elf with a here rests the here there is a letter by the tombstone. Old friend Ivelios, I have chosen a wood elf tombstone that looks newer than any other tombstone, with no shiny box, but only a name engraved on it. Vikak.
You can never escape.
Don't worry. I'm just an old fella.
You can never escape.
Don't worry. I'm just an old fella. From the freezing winter!
You can never escape.
Don't worry. I'm just an old fella.
You can never escape. You can
Don't.
never.
Just an old fella. From the freezing winter!
Who dares underestimate me?
You can.
Yes.
The tombstone of a wood elf with a shiny box on it. Some inscriptions are engraved on the tombstone. Here rests Awen the flower. I will spend the rest of my life in the bitterness of cowardice, as a reminder of my never-wilting love for you.
You can never escape.
Don't worry. I'm just an old fella.
You can never escape.
Who dares underestimate?
I'm from the freezing winter!
You can never escape. You can never escape.
Don't worry. I'm just an old fella.
You can never escape.
Don't worry.
Of the... Who dares underestimate me?
I'm ready for the ritual. Not again.
Don't...
The elder in the cemetery is still trapped due to his obsession. Call...
Vikok. It's me.
Crystal clear tears fall from Vikok's clouded eyes. As if a dust-covered box pried open, the radiance of...
Thank you, Traveler. It's all coming back to me. My name is Vikok. 300 years ago, I was the trusted advisor of my old friend, Vilios, serving as the deacon of Sethyrelin. We tried everything. We tried to wake up Nytheris, and thus bring the Wood Elves back to the Grand Cycle. However, the ritual failed. The gravestones in this cemetery became even more in number. You know about the Rite of Return? So, you've met Ythalia? That's right. 300 years ago, Nytheris guided us in activating the Rite of Return, rebuilding the Blue Oak core so as to return to the Grand Cycle. That ritual, however, was a failure. And since Ythalia told you about the Rite of Return, she probably told you why it failed, didn't she? I see. So, that's what she said. All this time she's been looking up to Aphelios. This may not be entirely a lie, but just an excuse that my old friend Aphelios, he wasn't enchanted by the green dragon. He spoiled the ritual on purpose. I know, because at that moment, there was not a trace of uncertainty in his eyes. Back then, what was on your mind, my old friend? The truth. I'd like to find out too. Learn the eel of germination. Eowyn and Shirvan of flowering. The withering. Why didn't you let me? I was willing to give all my strength. Not again. Don't. The sand. It ran out. Come to me. Aphelios, tell me.
The radiance of spirituality passes in a flash, and Vikok is drifting out of consciousness again.
Sand.
Vikok's voice is becoming weaker and weaker. You know he is at the end of his life. Oira de Tavaril. It is the prayer that Laurenthiel taught you to bring peace to a suffering soul. Oira de Tavaril. As you chant, tears drop from the eyes of the elder, slipping into his gray sideburns. His clenched palm slowly loosens. In his palm rests a key resembling a withered branch.
Knowledge will remain, even after one's death.